phone conversation today with a dear friend I've known for many years. He lives in Florida, but it was his birthday today, so I called him up to see if he was still alive. He's 75, and he said, "I'm so glad to hear from you." "Yes, I'm still alive, asshole." "I'm glad to hear that you're still alive." Right? He and we met up in Ireland many years ago and traveled a bit and had a lot of fun and a lot of laughs. So we spent most of the time today just laughing on the phone, which is great therapy. It's great therapy. Everybody should have at least one friend where you can just call them up and laugh for 20 minutes. It is a therapy, actual thing. It's laughter therapy or something. I think it's laughter yoga. Anyway, it's good to laugh. So I got thinking about the various approaches to well-being, and when people present whatever it is they're struggling with, how a therapist or somebody that's listening to them might respond. Of course, there's always the Bob Newhart approach. Are you familiar with this, Kathy?
I remember vaguely Bob Newhart, but what was his approach?
We're talking old-time comedy now. And
late night TV.
Yeah, the Bob Newhart show, and he had a show called the Bob Newhart Show.
Yeah.
He played a therapist, and his wife Suzanne Pleshette was her name. It was a funny show, and anyway, one of his approaches to therapy is the abrupt approach. When somebody would present a problem, Bob Newhart would respond with,
"Stop it."
Right. Stop it. Whatever it is, stop it. But doctor, stop it. He would say. It's obviously not the answer, but sometimes you just want to say that to yourself and others. Just stop it. And then of course there's, to oversimplify, there's Jesus' approach, where people would come to him in his office, and they tell him their problems, and he would say, "Go watch a flower grow. Go watch the birds in the sky. Consider the lilies of the field and the sparrows. See how you feel after a couple of years of bird watching." I'm being silly, of course, but there's something to that. One of our great poet philosophers today, what's his name? Wendell Berry. Wendell Berry, farmer, philosopher type, storyteller, good teacher, good guide. He said there's not much that can't be helped with a walk around the pond. And I think there's some truth in that. So why am I mentioning all that? Because I think, as we were talking sometimes today about living in community, one thing that definitely helps is to have a light heart. And as we've mentioned before, it's challenging living in community. It can be. But a light heart, I think, is a good antidote to a lot of what life throws at us. And so with that in mind, I'll tell a little story. The story of the laughing monk. Once upon a time, there was a monastery, and this was a well-run monastery, very serious monks, doing their daily rituals, their prayers, their silence, their readings, their study, their work, everything that monks should do. And they would carry on with this for years. And then one day something happened, because something always happens. And one of the monks broke rank, broke tradition. During the prayer, he started laughing. It didn't totally start with laughing. He was kind of giggling at first. And then he just bust out laughing. Couldn't help himself, apparently. And his fellow monk elbowed him and said, "Hey, psst, we're in prayer, stop that." And he said, "Oh, sorry." And he went back to praying, and it wasn't long that he just started laughing again. And the monk on the other side said, "Hey, knock that off. So he apologized, and the next day, same thing happened. The monks started giggling, laughing, and people on either side gave him the elbow and said, "Knock it off." So this went on for a number of days. Finally, one of the monks reported him to the abbot, and so the abbot called him in, said, "Brother, I hear you have a problem." And the monk said, "No, I don't have a problem." And he starts to laugh. And the abbot said, "I hear you're laughing like you're laughing now during prayer. What's this about? It's inappropriate." And the monk said, "Well, I think I've discovered something." And the abbot said, "Oh, do tell, what is it?" And the monk said, "I think I've discovered the secret to happiness." And with that, the abbot was intrigued. The secret, he wanted to learn the secret to happiness too. And he said, "Well, what is it? Can you tell me?" And the monk smiled, said, "I don't think so." And the abbot said, "Why not?" I said, "Well, I just can't put it in words right now, but I'll try, I'll work on it." And the abbot said, "Okay, you do that, because I'd really like to hear what you've discovered. In the meantime, try and control yourself in prayer." He said, I will try." So he goes back to the regular routine of prayer, but sure enough, in the most silent time of all, you hear this giggling and laughing, and this happened day after day after day, month after month, even year after year. But during that time, the monks grew to accept that they would just have to endure this laughter, but they went to him secretly, and they said, "Brother, I've heard you've discovered the secret to happiness." He said, "I think I have." And one by one, they asked him, "Tell me what it is, please." He said, "I really can't yet. I can't articulate it." So they put up with that for a while, but very often they'd knock on his door and say, "Can you articulate it yet? We really want to know." And he'd start laughing. That didn't help any. So as years went by, this became known as, the laughing monk. And he did, when once approached, he said, somebody asked him, "Would you please tell us now? It's been years. We put up with your laughter." He said, "I promise you, I will tell you on my deathbed." Secretly, some of the monks hoped he would kick off the next day so they could learn what it was. But he lasted a while longer, but finally on his deathbed, all the monks gathered around, because now they couldn't take it. They had to know what the secret was. Even people in the town, in the village, heard about this, so they gathered around too. The abbot was there, everybody was present for his deathbed proclamation. And he looked around and smiled, and even a little chuckle here and there. He was too weak to laugh at that point. Somebody got up the courage, and they said, "Please, brother, before you die, please tell us the secret to happiness." And he smiled, and he lifted up on his bed, and he said, "I will. The secret to happiness is," and he dropped dead. And there was this collective awe in the room, all except for one monk who stood in the corner and started to laugh. That's the end of the story. Yep. So what do we do with that story? We laugh. Right. Kathy, have you heard that story before?
No, I never did.
No.
No.
Okay. Any thoughts on that story?
I mean, the key to happiness is laughter, I guess.
Just go ahead and laugh.
after the song. The words are, when the night is fallen, F-A-L-L-E-N, and the moon shines softly, gentle light, you guide us, faithful friend, you love us. When the night is fallen and the moon shines softly, gentle light, you guide us, faithful friend, you love us. When the night is fallen and the moon shines softly, gentle light, you guide us, faithful friend, you love us. When the night is fallen and the moon shines softly, gentle light, you guide us, faithful friend, you love us. When the night is fallen and the moon shines softly, gentle light, you guide us, faithful friend, you love us. When the night is fallen and the moon shines softly, gentle light, you guide us, faithful friend, you love us. Close this day. A prayer of thanks for your great love that envelops the whole world. Give us eyes to see, ears to hear, and a heart that is open to your great love. And throw in a little laughter along the way. May it be so.